What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I know the servers are going crazy and a lot of you guys are like, yo, Gmia, what's happening? Most of you guys only rely on the videos from YouTube. This is why I'm making the video for those guys that want to know what's going on. Pretty much there's some issue that's going on with the servers right now, and it's kind of wacky. Many of you guys probably were doing Gauntlet, didn't get credit for it. I've played a lot of solos that I also did not get credit for, but at this moment when I made this video, I got a little bit lucky. Like, as I was backing out of stuff, I started to get like the XP after I did it, like, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes after or whatever. So it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's pretty much going to be very, very simple with how we're going to go along doing this. I want to talk to you guys about the Brandin Cooks because I just want everyone to understand why he might be a glitch. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to keep him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it absolutely does not mean like, yo, go after Brandin Cooks. Like, there are two psychos, though, that were able to just, you know, probably save their things and was able to get them ready to go right now. So pretty much ultimately what I'm going to discuss with you guys right now is what makes Brandin Cooks valuable. Now, when you look at this card right here, initially we take a look at the speed and we're like, all right, automatically with the power up, he's going to go to 95, then he's going to go to 98 speed. What's the big deal? What makes him more, you know, different than, you know, Tyreek Hill with the 98 speed? Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that differentiates between the two for now, okay? We're just going to look at the base card and just kind of give you an idea of what's going on. The thing that makes it different for Brandin Cooks as opposed to Tyreek Hill, that route running. All right, now, many of us know that certain things in this game just doesn't matter at all, but then there are things that absolutely matter. One of those things is route running. If you guys run crossers, you run posts, which is why, Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt was such a good card throughout the entirety of this time because he was the one that got to these thresholds sooner than everybody else, which is why I can guarantee you right now, and many of you guys had played somebody that was running bunch and running around like an idiot like myself. We would throw the ball, like I just currently started doing it, by the way. You guys said you were proud of me that I have Andrew Luck and I'm running around like an absolute moron. You guys still proud of me? Let me know in the comments. But he's a guy that when you put him with the out routes, he always gets open with his cuts, even if you don't have the out route specialist on him. Because I've actually taken it off of him and put it on him. Yes, sometimes he gets quicker cuts, but he naturally runs his routes way better when it comes to post outs, like in routes, all that stuff automatically because he's more of a route runner. So what does that mean about Brandin Cooks? What that's going to mean is that you can do a lot of different things with him that you can't do with Tyreek Hill. You see what I'm saying? The deep route run is probably going to be the same because both of them have a similar situation with the deep route running. So that's not the issue here. The major issue is how are you going to be able to tell if one is better than the other? Very, very simply, okay? You're going to look at what matters most. What matters most in this game when it comes to the passing game? The route running. Because I just showed you guys why Torrey Holt was that dude. 92, 92, 90, all right? Obviously, looking at Tyreek Hill, you can see that he's just a speedster. Now, that doesn't mean that in real life football, he hasn't gotten better with his routes. It just simply means that EA has yet to give him credit for his other routes. That, you know, I know most of you Chief fans are like, yeah, bro, he does run better routes. I agree. I watched the game. This right here doesn't really detail what he actually is right now, but at this moment, Brandin Cooks is actually the way better card. So pretty much what I'm going to urge you guys to do is take a look at it. Just take a look because it may be worth a shot to go ahead and raid sell Tyreek Hill, even though, let me just say this real quick, even though we know Team of the Year, he might get another card. Remember, he's 98 speed right now. So if I go to his card directly, he's already a 98 speed. It doesn't really, like for me, I don't really see the difference because, for instance, I've played against Devin Hester, and to be honest, I chased him down with a D tackle. So I don't really know as far as what's been going on with the tuning of the game, the increase in warp tackles and stuff, if the speed is really that much more enticing, with, you know, like when you're within range of burning someone, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I have noticed an extreme increase in warp tackling, primarily Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman can be literally 10 yards away from you and he'll go into an animation to tackle you. Also, when you have somebody beat deep, they'll make your guy start jogging at the end by the time the ball's going to get there so you can be tackled as well right before you try to go for 6, you know, and take it all the way when you have somebody, you know, beat deep on a route. So I'm not saying by any means that he's going to start doing things that are different. I'm telling you specifically, Trips tight end is going to be a glitch with this guy in the slot, because he's smaller and he has the route running. So typically with the way that works, you're going to have to understand that most players are not going to get out of their cut the same way as a guy with these type of numbers will. Now, the 84 catching versus the 96, what is that going to mean? Are they going to take us back to Madden 16 and this guy's going to catch anything in traffic and just do whatever he wants? I don't know, because his catch in traffic, once he's chemmed up, will probably be about, 91 or whatever when we max him out with Coach Madden and stuff. But I don't know if that's really going to mean much. Plus, he's 5'10". Keep in mind, right? The height doesn't really matter, but that's to a point. You're going to have certain players, like, for instance, T.O., right? T.O. catches the ball so much better than any other player in traffic because I think he has my highest catch in traffic. I think he does, yeah. So that makes sense because he's already at a 91. So for those of you guys that are wondering, like, what's going to happen NFL 100 next week with the wide receivers, what's going to happen is he's going to end up being an OP card. I don't know what they're going to do to Randy Moss. I don't know if they're going to start him with a certain ability. I have no idea what they're going to do as far as making these players play with the height that they have, because that's one of the major deficiencies when you look at this right here. Because I'm thinking about raid selling Tyreek Hill for Brandin Cooks simply to see if he's going to run the routes the same way that Torrey Holt does. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to gauge, because now that I passed the ball a little bit more, because you guys are like, yo, Gmia, bro, you got to come to the dark side with us. I came over there, bro. I'm there. I'm with you guys right now. What are we doing? So we got to have players that can run these routes. So Torrey Holt, once we upgrade him again with the current Series 4, he's going to be somebody that we need to have out there up until the NFL 100 players are released. Now, the reason that I detail this right now to kind of give you some insight into it is because while I've been playing my solos and trying to figure out, when is EA gonna, fix all the stuff, what's gonna be happening and stuff like that. Oh, they're giving me my stars from a solo I played a while ago. It might be getting fixed right now. Oh, wow. That's cool. They're giving me more stuff? Yo, that's hot. I'm getting XP back. Yo, oh, okay. Yo, that's hot, bro. All right, so I guess the servers are starting to come back a little bit. Maybe you guys are good luck. If you guys are good luck, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make videos for you more. You probably were thinking like, yo, Gmia, drop a vid. And I heard you, dog, but you didn't know I heard you, but I heard you though. So look, we're going to go back over to Mud Heroes, and we're going to go back to Booth Breakers, and then we're going to go back into Technicolor Commentary. And then I'm just going to give you guys some insight into what I'm talking about as far as route running. Now, if you're not that type of player that's going to be running around with like a Russell Wilson or Andrew Luck and just throwing the ball blindfolded with dashing Deadeye, you can just still focus on your run, because they're going to be releasing more old linemen, more players along those lines for you to be able to run the ball even more dominantly. What I would recommend though is that you play with the Raiders playbook, and if you have to, you give Torrey Holt an ability to just make sure he can get the routes that you want, and give one of your running backs an ability, if that makes any sense, right? So look, let me give you guys some insight into what I'm talking about right now. When we go right now and we take a look at trips tight end, like this is like a simple thing to kind of give you guys insight into it. Right here, this is Torrey Holt in the slot, right? We're gonna run the let me just take Drew Brees out the game. I don't want him to be the guy. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about, because many of you guys like when I go further in detail, especially my veterans, like, yo, bro, what do you mean? You see that crosser that he's on? Everybody doesn't run that route the same way, and you'll get different angles depending on the deep route, the mid route, and the short route of the players that you use. So just peep what Torrey Holt does. You see how he cuts and he engages and he just goes right through with the route? That is something that a lot of the other cards just don't do. So when you're talking about Brandin Cooks, the one thing that I want you guys to understand as we go back and we replay the challenge, you can have the faster cards without the route running, but they won't play the same. Now, I want you guys to also note that this is on arcade mode, so things are going to vary, but for the most part, you can expect the same, similar things. So now we put Tyreek Hill on the same route, right? What's going to happen is, you see, look, he takes a little bit more time to get out of the route, but he's fast. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's just really, really fast, so we can lead pass it a little bit more. What happens with, Torrey Holt, though, no matter what the route is, because his route running is so high, the 90s that I just showed you, he's able to play. He does anything. Whatever you want, he does it. I could go to something else. Like, do we have something with the slot? That's a post. We're good. Okay, this is with Tyreek Hill currently. We're just gonna run something with Tyreek Hill. He gets bumped. You see how he takes it low? He stays underneath and he doesn't really go ahead and eat that post up. Watch what happens with when we put Torrey Holt in the game. Torrey Holt is going to actually like really dig into the route. He's going to actually, try to make something happen with it. He may get pressed the same way. Now look, he goes up, he's going to be more inclined to go up. Like, he caught it, but it's arcade mode. But he's going to cut differently than the way that the player that doesn't have that similar mid route, it's going to just be open on certain plays. Not only that, remember, if Cooks has that route running, he'll be able to get the other apprentices, the slot apprentice. You'll be able to do a lot of things with him that you're not able to do with other players. Now, T.O. cuts pretty well too. Look, you see the way Torrey Holt just keeps going though. He goes all the way up with the route. He never stops running his route. What you'll notice is the lower the route running, the easier it is for these players to stop running. And at first I was like, yo, why are these guys not moving? Like, what's going on? Many of them just stop running. It doesn't even matter to them. They'll be in the middle of a route and they'll just stop. Okay, good tap. Good tap right there, bro. Who's that? Bro, who's that guy to just tap that? Good defense, man. That's the way to go over there and play Monster D in that cover two. Like, what's up with this guy? All right, anyway, it doesn't matter. So we come back, we watch him again, he goes, he runs his route, okay, and then the guy's underneath it. Like, bro, why are you running the route that good that you're above the guy, but I throw a Stevie? Like, that's on me right there. So we're going to try it again to see if he eventually gets over there. Low-key EA Sports tuned the solo, though. What? No, I didn't mean, he went out of bounds. Yeah, I didn't mean to throw it to him. I didn't mean to throw it to him right there, bro. Like, dude ran straight out of bounds, Randy Moss, and I threw it to Randy. Low-key, that was supposed to happen. So we're going to get the 4th and 10 from the CPU. And the reason that I'm showing you guys the crossers is because generally, the crossers, the post, and the out routes is what really eats up your opponents in the game. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to make sure everybody understands. As you go along with the game, the routes, the crossing routes, the post routes, and the out routes, those are the only routes you need. And you need players that can run it. Like right here, he gets right off the press, and he's right there. He's the only guy that's going to do that consistently. Obviously, Michael Irvin, he has decent route running. You have some other players, Marvin Harrison. That's why you saw a lot of people using them earlier in the year. Obviously wasn't because of their speed. It was obviously because they had better route running, better chems than the other cards. So that's pretty much why I wanted to kind of break it down to you guys and explain, like, this is the reason that some people are going to have him. Now, he has a 94 go deep, but I don't need that with him because guess what? Randy Moss also has a very, very good go deep. So in most cases, oh, he picked that? They usually don't pick it on arcade mode. Yeah, and he just froze. Usually that never happens on arcade mode, but like I told you, EA tuned the solo because they know everybody's using it to get their XP. But when you look at the fact that Randy Moss can go deep, but he's just lacking the speed, in 1 week when this NFL 100 card is released, you will no longer have that issue. So with that being said, like right now, he just goes and he just runs right by everybody. He would do this also in competitive mode because he has a very, very good deep route running. He doesn't have good routes with the other things, the mids, and the shorts or whatever, because he's always been known as that deep threat. So I need you guys to keep that in mind as well as you go through with everything. That's very, very important to kind of, understand and gauge when you're dealing with these players and you're trying to figure out what matters, what doesn't matter. Is it worth it for me to go after these cards? You have to look at it according to the value that they bring. Now, as we get through that, you'll see, are they going to give me any XP? Okay, no, they're not giving me an XP. So the servers are still acting wild and crazy. I know you guys are raging. I understand it, bro. You can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, after we're done raging, you know what I'm saying? EA already had their way with us, so it doesn't really matter. So why, cry about it right now and then later, they're probably going to, see what they can do. Maybe they'll give us double XP, something like that. But at this point right now, I'm just making everybody understand because some of you guys wanted to know, should I use my power-up pass on Brandin Cooks? There's nobody else, I don't believe, that's a 95 right now. So if you wanted to use it to kind of see, like, is he a good card? Does it make sense to use him? Go ahead, slap it on him. But just don't play Weekend League and don't play any of the other modes. I think they might be locked anyway, but don't play anything that can actually give you credit for something because you're not going to get the credit for it right now. So just be very, very careful as far as like playing anything head to head because it's really, really bad right now with the servers. So in conclusion, if you have a Tyreek Hill and you're looking to raid sell him, at this moment, Brandin Cooks is the way better card and the way better speedster. You obviously see a lot more green on the left side, even though Tyreek Hill is obviously chemmed up with other stuff and you have to be on his card to see all of his stuff activated because he's a 98 speed. We already know that Brandin Cooks with his power up would also be a 98 speed and pretty much all he would be lacking is the jump aspect. So because that's all he would be lacking, does jump really matter in this game? I don't think so. If you guys think so, let me know. But I don't think it matters in the game because a 4'3" player will jump over Randy Moss and pick his moms up. So that doesn't seem to me, that height really matters or the jumping aspect. So the higher the jump rating, you're not really getting nothing out of it. Maybe they'll tune the game and it'll matter. Maybe Randy Moss will be able to go up and get it over an undersized safety eventually in the game. I don't know. But it's not happening right now. So for me, the jump doesn't really matter. There was a time that those ratings did matter. At this point, in my opinion, based on everything that I've seen, head-to-head, missions, whatever I've done, I do not see a difference with the higher jump ratings. I just don't. All right, so we could take a look at what Tyreek Hill is doing. Obviously, he's going to go down in price because I think people are realizing, you know, this guy, the series master is there. We don't really need Tyreek. If you hold on to Tyreek Hill, though, we all know he's going to get a card soon. You know what I'm saying? But maybe team of the year, probably, like I said. I don't know. They probably won't even give it to him, to be honest. I don't know, because he's already a 98 speed, so what else can you really, you know, do with him? I don't really see how they're gonna work it, but it's gonna be a lot of players with high speed a lot earlier than any other year. So when we go over to his team of the week card, it's still around a 276. The primary reason for that is people understand that these cards still have really, really good you know, speed, and you can also use it very, very, like he has return man, he has a lot of other attributes that you can use him with. So he's like a dual-sided card. So he'll maintain that rate around there, but once people experiment with Cook and see if he's good, his price may drop a little. So I have been considering, like, yo, you know what? Maybe I'll grind for Cook when I'm done doing everything else and see what happens. I've considered it. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. But for those of you guys that wanted to know my input with that, that's what I feel about it. He's just a better route running Tyreek Hill. If you have any other questions or you want to vent, just don't use profanity, but you can be as mad as you want to be. I know you guys are frustrated. Just try to keep it PG, prepubescent in the comments, and we good, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as everything is up and running, I'll hit you guys on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, all at GmiasWorld, and let you guys know what's up. Thank you guys so much for coming through, watching the video in your frustration. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.